Hello everyone. Today in this session we are going to discuss about short sums in our first chapter, Introduction to Partnership. As we have already completed the long questions where we have to prepare that profit and loss appropriation account, partners capital or current accounts, that kind of sums we have already learned. That is to learn how to prepare the different types of account that we have seen. Now the main part of this chapter, that is from the exam point of view, is short sums will be asked from this chapter. Okay, three mark questions will be asked from this chapter, so that we should know how it can be calculated or how it can be done. Okay, so for that purpose the important thing is we have to learn first of all basic concepts, that what is that interest on capital for us, for the business, for the firm, what is the interest on drawings for the firm, what is the salary or commission or remuneration payable to the partner for the firm, how it can be recorded in appropriation account and in the partner's capital or current account. So that we have seen. Now we'll move on calculation of that short sums available regarding this introduction to partnership, that is regarding the partnership problems. Okay, so for that purpose, before moving on that exercise, first we'll discuss some concepts available regarding the interest on drawings. Interest on drawings we have calculated according to the amount of drawing they have withdrawn, partners have withdrawn, as well as the period for which it is withdrawn. But sometimes such drawings will be made by the partner at the beginning of the each month, at the middle of each month, or at the end of each month, and an identical amount is withdrawn. This is important thing, that when partner is withdrawing uniform same amount, but every month in the beginning of each month, that is every month on first day of each month, in the middle of each month, that is every month at the middle, means either on 15th or 16th of each month, or at the end of each month, that is on 30 or 31st of each month, or on 28th or 29th of February, we can say, right? Every month he is withdrawing money. Now when he withdraws money every month, the important thing is calculation of interest. Every month the period of interest calculation will be different available. Like say I will explain you one of the example, that suppose that he is withdrawing money at the beginning of each month, that is, and we are taking the period over here, that is, suppose that accounting year we are taking as 2019-2020, suppose that. Okay, this is your accounting year. So it means what, the year accounting year 1920 will start on 1st April 2019 and will ends on 31st March 2020, correct? So according to that period, if he is withdrawing money at the beginning of each month, that means first drawing he is going to make on 1/4/2019, right? That is the first amount of drawing. Suppose that the money he is withdrawing is rupees 1000. This is the amount. Identical amount will take 1000 every month. Okay, so he has made in drawing for the first period on 1st April 19 1000. Now for this, the period which we have to consider, that is how many months interest will be calculated on this. So starting from the date of drawing till the end of the year, that is 1st April 19 to 31/3/2020. This is the date, beginning and end. I am writing that date also, 1/4/2019 to 31/3/2020. So the first drawings on which the firm is going to charge interest for this period 1/4/19 till 31/3/20, that is for 12 months period, correct? The same way every month he is withdrawing 1000. So the next drawing he is going to make on beginning of the next month, that is on which date, 1st May 2019. Now on this date also he is withdrawing the same amount. How much amount he is withdrawing? 1000 only. But on these drawings he has to pay interest for which period? So it is from 1/5/19 to 31/3/2020, which is for 11 months. Similarly, the third drawings will be made by the partner on 1st June. So on these drawings, that is also having a value same. Every time he is withdrawing identical amount, so amount will be same, only the period will change. Okay, so from 1/6 to 31/3, that will be for 10 months period we have to calculate interest. Then the next drawings will be made by the partner on 1/7/19, having the same amount, and on this we have to charge interest from 1/7 to 31/3, which is for 9 months period. Then the next drawings will be made by the partner on 1/8/2019, and on this also he has to pay interest, and firm is going to charge interest for 8 months period, 1/8 to 31/3. Then next drawings will be on 1st September 2019, 1000. On this the firm is going to charge interest for 1/9 to 31/3, that is September, October, November, December, January, February and March, that is for 7 months period. Okay. Then next drawings will be 2019, 1/10/2019 of 1000, on which interest will be charged by the firm for 6 months period. Next drawings on 1/11/2019 of also 1000, on which the interest will be charged for 5 months period from 1/11 to 31/3. Then the next drawings will be 1/12/2019 also for 1000, on which the drawings will be interest will be charged for 4 months period, 1/12 to 31/3. Then next drawings made by the partner will be on 1/1/2020, on which the drawings period, interest on drawings period will be how many months? 3 months, 1st January to 31st March. Then next drawings will be on 1/2/2020, and on this interest will be charged for February and March, 2 months. And last drawing 1/3/2020, on which interest will be charged for 1 month, 1/3 to 31/3, that is for 1 month period. So this is the important thing. For this purpose, firm has to charge interest for 12 times individually for the individual period. Instead of doing this is a lengthy calculation. Okay, so instead of doing this, what we have to find out, we'll find out the total period, and then I will show you how it can be calculated. So when the drawings will be made by the partner and identical amount will be withdrawn by the partner at the beginning of each month, the total interest period will be taken as the total of these values. That will come to 78 months. Okay, this is your number of months. This period is in months available. Okay, so that is total 78 months period. Okay, then I will show you how it can be calculated. This is the important thing which you have to keep in mind. Okay, similarly, when the amount is withdrawn by a partner at the middle of each month, we'll take over here 15th of each month. Okay, that is middle of the each month. Then first drawings, again I am writing over here the date, amount and the period. Okay, the first drawings will be made in the beginning of the year on 15/4/2019, that is on 15th April, middle of the April month, that is 1000 money. Okay, amount and the period. What will be the period? Now this important thing is over here, how we are going to count the period. So you can see 15th April it is available. This is the period which you have to define, 15th April 19 till end of the year 31/3/2020. So how many months period over here? The 15th April to 30th April 19, this is half month, 0.5 month. Okay, and remaining period starting after this, the next date will be 1/5/19 to 31/3, 1/5/19 to 31/3, this period. How many months it is? 11 months. So the total period from 15/4 to 31/3 is 11.5 months. This is how the period can be calculated, 11.5 months. Okay, for the first drawings. Similarly, next drawings will be made by the partner on 15th of May, 1000. Now what will be the period? You can see as if over here that 1 value we are decreasing over here in descending order. So similarly over here also that will be the same, 15/5 to 31/3, that will comes to 1 month will decrease, so 10.5. Then next drawings will be 15/6/2019. The period for this will be 9.5. Then the next drawings will be 15/7/2019. Period for this will be 8.5. Then the next drawings will be 15/8/2019. Period for this will be 7.5. Next drawings will be 15/9/2019. Period for drawings will be 6.5. Then next drawings will be on 15/10/2019. In short, every month on 15th date he is withdrawing money, same amount, and accordingly we are calculating the period for interest calculation, that is 5.5. Then next will be on 15/11/2019, which is of 1000, that is 4.5 months. Then next drawings 15/12/2019, that is also 1000, and the period will be 3.5. Then next drawings will be 15/1/2020, 1000 rupees, period will be 2.5. You can see simple way you can calculate now. 15/1 to 31/3, that is half month, 31/1, right? 15/1 to 31/1, that is January month, 15 days, okay, that is half month, and February and March another 2 months, so it will be 2.5 months. Then next drawings will be on 15/2/2020, that is for 1.5 months period, and last one 15/3/2020. Now over here what will be the period? The 15/3 to 31/3, only last 15 days period, so half month, and the total period we have is, according to this calculation, you can get answer over here is 72 months. You can find out, you can check it, okay, 72 months you will get over there. Every period, see over here 12, over here 11.5, so everywhere there is a 0.5 decrease available. 0.5 how many times? 12 times. So 12 into 0.5, it will be 6 you will get. So 6 months decrease available. See, 78 minus 6 is 72, okay. Similarly, this is the period for when the amount is withdrawn by a partner at the middle of each month. The period will be taken as how many months? 72 month period. Now the last one is at the end of every month. So when the partner is going to withdraw money, similar amount, same amount, uniform amount, identical amount, but at the end of every month. So at the end of every month means, see, I will show you again that same format, rupees period, okay. The first drawings is going to be made at the end of the first month period, so 34/2019, amount is 1000. Now period, how we are going to calculate this? So starting from 34 till 31/3, so April is over, so May to March will be 11 months, first period, okay. Then next drawings will be on 31/5/2019, it is also 1000, and the period will be taken as 10 months. Then next drawings will be 36/19, which is also 1000, and the period will be taken as 9 months period. Then 31/7/2019, next drawings 1000, and the period will be 8 months. You can confirm your answer, that is, you know how to calculate the month. 31/7 means end of August, so we have end of July, so we have to start with August months. August, September, October, November, December, 5 months that, and January, February and March another 3, total 8 months, okay. Then next period will be 31/8/2019, 1000, which is for how many months period? 7 months period. Then next will be 39/2019, 1000, which is for 6 months period. Then next will be 31/10/2019, 1000, the period will be taken as 5 months. Then 30/11/2019, 1000, the period will be taken as 4 months. Then 31/12/2019, 1000, period will be taken as 3 months. Then 31/1/2020, 1000, period will be taken as 2 months. Then 29/2/2020, because this is a leap year, so I have taken last date 29th February, okay. Other than this leap year, you can take 28th February, you know that, 1000, and the period will be how many months only? February is end date, so only March month's drawings will be considered over here. So this means it is only 1 month interest we have to calculate, and last one will be on the last day of the year, 31/3/2020, 1000. That is no interest period, because it was on last day of the period. So according to this, now you can calculate the interest. So again you can see 11.5 and 11, that means 0.5 is decreased over here from the each of the period available. So again 6 months will be decreased from this. 72 minus 6, it will be 66 months. So this is the basic thing first of all. that you have to find out the interest period. Okay. Now we'll see how we can calculate the interest. So first thing what you have to keep in mind, that what is the period of interest which you have to consider when this kind of situation is available. When identical amount is withdrawn by a partner at the beginning of each month, we have to take period 78 months. Okay, that is, we can write over here, it is in the form of a year we have to take, that is 78 by 12 months you can say. Okay, this is the period we have to take when you calculate the interest. Similarly, when it is at the middle of every month he is withdrawing identical amount, then you have to take the period is 72 upon 12 months. Okay, and when the partner is withdrawing identical amount, same amount at the end of every month, the period will be taken as 66 by 12 months. This is the period which you have to keep in mind for the interest calculation, interest on drawings calculation. Okay, this is the basic concept. I have explained you with the help of the dates over here so that you can easily remember this period. Actually, you have to remember the period only when you calculate such kind of interest. Okay, but for that purpose, how this period has come, how it is calculated, this period is calculated, that you should know. The basic logic about that is this one available, that every month if you calculate interest for this month's period, you have to calculate interest, and accordingly I have found out the total period for which I have to calculate yearly interest. This one is monthly interest. Okay, for each period this many months interest we have to calculate. So monthly interest, like for the first month drawing how much interest will be there, for the second month's drawing how much interest will be there, but for whole year drawings what will be the total interest. Every time if you calculate interest and then you total up, that will be a time consuming process. Instead of that, yearly interest can be calculated directly with the help of this period. So that period I have shown to you. Okay, for the beginning of the month 78 by 12, for the middle of month 72 by 12, and for the end of the period 66 by 12. This is the basic thing first of all. Okay, then now I will show you how the interest can be calculated. Okay, so now I will take you to calculation part. After this, I am rubbing this part. Okay, now suppose that the amount of drawings which you have taken will take over here that 1000 only every month, and also will take the rate of interest over here. I will write over here everything, and then we'll try to calculate the interest. So you all know the formula for calculating the simple interest. What is the formula to calculate simple interest? First of all, I will show you that. When you calculate simple interest, that is I is equals to, we used to write this thing, PRN upon 100. This is your simple interest formula, where I means interest, okay, P means principal amount, R means rate of interest, and N means the period, number of years or number of months, whatever it may be, right? So that is what the basic concept available. And in this case, suppose that the monthly drawings available, identical drawings, so I am writing over here monthly drawings rupees 1000, rate of interest is, suppose that 12% it is per annum. Okay, 12% per annum. Now I want to calculate the interest in all the three cases. So what is the first case? If it is in the beginning of each month, first case is in the beginning of each month, then in that case the formula which you have to take over here, that interest on drawings is equals to, instead of PRN upon 100, you can use this formula also. That is the same thing, but for our convenience, I am writing this, I am showing you this monthly drawings. P means principal amount, so that is over here monthly drawings. Okay, R means rate of interest, and that is period that we have to consider. Okay, so I am writing over here. See now, monthly drawings, we don't have to take over here yearly drawings. You will calculate over here interest for the whole year only, but the amount which you have to take over here for calculation of interest, that is monthly value. What is the monthly drawings available? 1000 into rate of interest 12%. So I can write 12 by 100 into period. So when it is in the beginning of the each month available, period will be taken as 78 upon 12. So accordingly, you can find out, see, 12 and 12 is cancelled, 0 is cancelled, so it is rupees 780. This is your yearly drawings interest. Okay, when it is withdrawn at the beginning of each month, every month 1000, then the interest at the rate of 12% for the whole period will be 780. Second one, when it is in the middle of each month, okay, then interest on drawings. Now same formula will continue, only the period will change. 1000 value monthly drawings, 12% rate of interest, and the period when it is in the middle of each month, period you have to take less 6 than this value, that is 78 minus 6, that will be how much? 72 by 12. So again 12 and 12 is cancelled, 0 is cancelled, that will comes to 720. Okay, and third period in the end of each month, that is every month on the last day period, then again interest on drawings will be 1000 into 12% into, now again 6 you have to decrease from this, 72 minus 6, it is 66 upon 12. So 12 and 12 is cancelled, 0 is cancelled, that will be 660. That is how the interest on drawings can be calculated in these three cases according to the period. This period is important, that you have to keep in mind, and in that case when you calculate interest you have to take monthly drawings. Normally we used to calculate interest on drawings on the total amount only, but if it is from the beginning of the year once only it is withdrawn, or in the middle of the year once only it is withdrawn, then we used to take that amount total into rate of interest into period, right? But over here every month he is withdrawing identical amount, so according to that period we have to use over here monthly drawings to calculate the interest. So that is how it is calculated. This is the basic concept. Okay, so you have to copy all those things. Okay, so now on the basis of this concept which we have discussed regarding interest on drawings, we'll move on our exercise and we'll try to solve that sum available, because it is the first sum given in your exercise. I have discussed that same concept over here regarding how to calculate interest under these circumstances when it is identical amount is withdrawn at the beginning of each month, at the middle of each month, or at the end of each month. Okay, so now see on your textbook page number 30, we'll move on exercise that remaining short sums will try to complete. Okay, so textbook page number 30, question number 3 is given over there, that is having all the short questions. Okay, like first one, see, I'm reading the question first, then afterwards I will explain you how to solve that sum. So it is given, see now, a partner withdraws identical amount at the end of each month from the firm. So it is given that a partner is withdrawing identical amount, same amount at the end of each month. So period is at the end of each month given. Okay, accordingly you have to take the period. At the end of the year, total annual drawings is rupees 12,000. 12% per annum interest is chargeable on drawings. Determine the amount of interest on drawings of the year. So it is given that at the end of the year, the total amount of interest is given. See, question number 3rd on the which first question, the yearly interest it is given, yearly drawings it is given, yearly drawings is rupees 12,000. Okay, and rate of interest is available 12%. Now when it is given that identical amount at the end of each month, then every month identical amount if it is withdrawn, then what is the per month amount? This is your yearly amount, 12,000 for 1 year, that is for 12 months total. For 1 month it will be 1,000. We can write this calculation. Drawings per month is equals to total drawings divided by number of months in a year, that is 12,000 upon 12, which will gives you 1,000, right? This is the first thing. Now it is withdrawn every month 1,000 at the end of each month. When at the end of each month available, the period of interest calculation will be taken as 66 upon 12 when it is at the end of each month. See, at the beginning of each month you remember 78 upon 12, then deduct 6 for the middle of each month, that is 72 by 12. Again deduct 6 for the end of each month, that is 72 minus 6, it is 66 upon 12. That is how you can keep in mind. Okay, so now I can calculate the interest. So interest on drawings is equals to, I am writing the formula first. This formula, writing the formula is important, remember in your exams also. Monthly drawings into rate of interest. You can use that simple interest formula also, I is equals to PRN upon 100, no problem, that is also correct, into period. Accordingly now, monthly drawings 1,000. Rate of interest is 12%, so you can write 12 by 100 into period 66 upon 12. So 0 and 0 is cancelled, 12 is cancelled, 66 into 10 rupees, 660. This is your answer, that the amount of interest for the whole year period will be 660. In such circumstance, when he is withdrawing the amount identical every month at the end of each month, okay, then the total interest for the whole year he has to pay 660. That is how the interest can be calculated. Okay, that is the first sum we have. Okay, now we'll move on the second question. In the same exercise we have available. Next question number 2. Okay, so I'm reading the question and then I'll show you how it can be solved. Amruta and Divya are the partners of a firm. Their capital ratio is 3:2. So there are two partners and ratio of their capital is given as 3:2. Amruta is to be paid 8% commission on net profit after deduction of such commission. So one partner Amruta is getting 8% commission on net profit after deduction of such commission. When such condition is available to calculate the commission, we have a formula. That formula you have to use to find out the amount of commission. Okay, what amount will be received by Amruta if profit of the year is 96,876. Now what amount of interest, amount of profit received by Amruta, that is what is the total amount received by Amruta, that you have to find out. Now total amount means Amruta is going to get two amounts over here. One, her commission amount plus her share in the profit, because she is also one of the partner. So that we have to find out over here, and that total amount we have to write over here. Okay, so see, for that purpose, first of all the profit is given. Profit for the year is available rupees 96,876. This is your total profit before calculating the commission, and the rate of commission is available. Rate of commission on net profit after deducting commission is equals to 8%. It is given 8%. Okay. Now according to this, we'll try to calculate the answer. So for that purpose, first we have to find out commission. After deducting commission, because this is your profit, this profit is what? Including commission. Still the commission is not deducted from it. Okay, so this profit is including commission. The first thing is what? We have to calculate commission. Then that commission will be deducted from this, so that we can get divisible profit. From that divisible profit, we have to find out the share of Amruta, and then we'll add up both the values, commission of Amruta plus her share in profit, so that we'll find out the total amount receivable by partner Amruta. Okay, so first of all, I am going to calculate commission. Commission is equals to, the formula when such condition is there, the formula is total profit into rate of commission divided by 100 plus rate of commission. Total profit is 96,876 into rate of commission is 8 upon 100 plus 8, it is 108. We'll calculate the answer first of all. That will be our commission amount, 96,876 into 8 upon 108. So that commission amounts to rupees 7176. This is your commission. This is commission to Amruta. Now she is a partner, one of the partner, right? So in that case, she is also able to get her share in profit. So for that purpose, we'll calculate divisible profit first. Divisible profit. Now divisible profit, to find out this divisible profit, what you have to do, from this total profit 96,876, you have to deduct commission payable to partner Amruta. So that we have to deduct from 96,876. So that amount comes to rupees 89,700. This is your amount of divisible profit. Now this profit is distributed among the partners, and we need only the share of each partner Amruta. Now what is their profit sharing ratio? In your sum, the ratio is given 3:2. It was capital ratio. It is not a profit sharing ratio. Capital ratio of partners it is given. So it means profit sharing ratio is not given. So we can write over here profit sharing ratio when it is not given. Profit loss sharing ratio is equals to 1:1. So this will be distributed in which ratio? Equal ratio. We want only Amruta's share. Amruta's share of profit is equals to 89,700 into 1 upon 2. So the answer you will get is 44,850. This is her share in profit. Now we have to find out the amount received by Amruta. So we can write, therefore amount received by Amruta is equals to, first her share in commission, that is her commission amount 7176 plus her share in profit 44,850. So the answer will get over here 7176, that is 52,026 rupees. This is your answer. The amount received by Amruta is 52,026 rupees. This is what your answer.